Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and you guys know what time it is. Time to talk about current events in the online fitness community. And today we're going to delve into one of these topics. Powerlifter by the name of Branton Kelly just tested positive, and it's creating a big interesting story because he is an IPF champion. The IPF, they're so pure. And I'm going to get into this in a minute of the problems with that. So let me go ahead and put on my +5 hat of speechcraft. And let's talk about this. And I've actually got his Instagram pulled up here, and I'm going to read it out. His post on it, and then we're going to talk about this. Here's Branton. Truly the hardest post I have ever had to make. CCES just told me the out-of-competition drug test I had April 23rd was positive for banned substances. Positive! I still can't get my head around it. It goes against everything I have ever stood for. Anybody who knows me knows what I think about taking drugs in a tested federation. Okay, bro. Yet here it is. I'm going to get it wrong. Metabolite, that's Debo. Stanozolol metabolites, that's Winstrol. Ibutamoren, that's MK677, which is a HGH secretagogue. SARM LG D4033 and metabolite SARM S22. But the fact is, they were in the urine, and that's a doping violation, period. Yeah, how'd they get in your urine, man? And I had no option but to drop out of Worlds. There is no way I would take banned substances intentionally, but I have been going down this path with CCES. I have realized that I need to own the fact that this shit was in my body. 12 years of passing drug tests. I would not even check the results because I know I did not have anything to worry about. To just randomly start taking 4 different drugs just makes no sense. I have racked my brain trying to think of what I did and where I was in the 3 weeks between the clean and drug test on March 31st and the dirty drug test on April 23rd. After some of the worst days of my life, I have come to this. There's nothing I can do about it. They were in my body, and that fact is not going to change whether I try to fight it or not. A hard lesson, but my path is clear. Accept the results. Accept the sanction. Nothing in my life compares to the feeling I had opening up to that positive test email. I literally threw up and was panicking uncontrollably. I started thinking about my powerlifting family, who I have loved for the past 12 plus years. Powerlifting is my life. I treat this amateur sport like a full-time job and put my life into it. Powerlifting saved me from going down the wrong path in life and kept me complete. I fought back after breaking my back and went on to medal. But there is no fighting this violation. My heart is breaking thinking about not seeing my powerlifting friends and competing with them, not being able to train at the Power Pit, especially not being able to train with my brother and best friend Ron Strong. This is truly my darkest period. Now I have to figure out my life. That was very, very moving performance there. So you got guys like Branton who get popped like this. And let's be honest here, he's now trying to blame his supplements. Okay, let's come back over. What is it every person with any sense tells you, first of all? Don't take supplements if you're a tested athlete, period, for any reason ever. Okay? We know occasionally supplements can taint it. Now, they're never going to taint it with 4 different substances. And they're sure as hell not going to put MK677 in it. People would say, what, why not? You guys ever tasted MK677 powder? Well, I have heard that it tastes horrific, that it tastes like bitter and that you can't get the taste out of your mouth. So if that were mixed even into a protein shake, enough of it for you to get an effective dose, you would taste it, okay? It's nasty. They're not going to put that in your supplements, bro. Now, have supplements been spiked with Debo before? You bet they have. Supplements been spiked with Superdrol? You bet they have. In fact, usually that's the most common one. If a sup gets spiked, it's usually Superdrol because it's cheap, it's extremely powerful, and a little bit goes a long way. All right, that's how they give them that, that supplement seems to work. It's always Superdrol. But Debo was popular for a little while. Now, there's no way all 4 of these things, actually 5 things were put into a protein powder or some supplement, okay? Furthermore, because of the risk of this, no one who's a tested athlete would ever take supplements. They don't work, all right? Real athletes and real coaches know supplements don't work. The only time a coach is going to give his athlete supplements is when it's his brand and he sells it to them. Okay, he knows better. Every good coach knows that. So no one's buying that. No one's buying that. Now, a lot of people would say, so are you saying he just cheated? Of course, but so is everybody else. And here's the thing. How do you get popped like this and then accept the sanctions, and how do you get back in the sport? Well, the IPF has their own politics. Now, if he got up there and told the truth and says, I got unlucky on the test, I wasn't expecting to get hit. I thought I'd be clear when they got me in this out of competition test, right? They got me in the out of competition test, and I thought because I'm using all this fast acting stuff, I'd be okay. Because notice, what did he get popped for? Anyone see a trend there? There's nothing long lasting. Every single thing that he got popped for is orally bioavailable, and it usually clears your bloodstream within 24 hours. Now, not urine test. Kind of see the point we're going here? The only way you're going to fail is a urine test for these. These are all substances that if you were to get a blood test 3 days after you came off of them, a blood, you're going to test positive. I mean, you're going to test negative. You're going to be clean. You're going to be clean. They got him on the urine metabolites because he miscalculated what his window was, and they hit him on one that he wasn't quite expecting. Okay? That's how this works. If he got up and told the truth and said, yeah, but everyone else is doing it too, in the IPF, people need to understand that's going to hurt him in the future competitively. When he gets back from the sanctions, the judges are going to be told, because guys, there's politics. IPF isn't clean. IPF puts on an image of being clean. Hey, I have friends who are officials in the IPF. All right, and when I say friends, I have people who I know in person, people who have actually been in my home, I've hung out with. Okay, I have hung out with people before who are IPF officials in the past, not recently, but in the past I have, and that's actually something I could prove if I had to. In fact, I've sold some of my old gym equipment. When I was in the UK, the stuff that I sold it actually to an IPF official, the stuff I had in my garage gym there. So I actually do know some of them. But the point is, look, I know these guys, and here's the reality. As much as they might love the drug-free thing and really and truly want to push it, as far as the officials go, even they know the truth. Okay? Everybody knows the truth. And you start claiming the reality that most of the guys at Worlds in the IPF are using a little bit of something. Not all of them, but most of them. It's the norm. They're learning how to cheat on drug tests, right? And I have known people who were in the IPF who cheated on their drug tests, who went and they talked about how clean they were all the time. But then when they went and talked to even the drug testing guys, they talked, yeah, how are guys getting around this test? You know, joking with them, making banter, acting like they didn't know anything about it. And I've had someone come back and joke with me about the conversations they have with the guys doing the testing, okay? Welcome to reality. The IPF is not clean, but they put on this dog and pony show of it because they want that image. They want that prestige. They want to be the most prestigious powerlifting federation. They want to try to get it into the Olympics, and they have to push that line. Now, you get a guy like him who comes, and he knows this. He knows that if he gets up and says, look, man, everyone cheats, and I just got unlucky. I got popped. I wasn't careful enough, right? Because then he would be admitting to the wrongdoing in the public eye, right? Even though everyone's doing it, and then he's kind of let slip that kind of dirty thing about the federation and the other lifters in general. And guess what? We think it's going to happen in meets. What do you think's going to happen when the sanctions are lifted and he goes back to competition? Because when the sanctions are up, they're going to let him come back and compete because he played this innocent card. It was a mistake. Somehow this happened. It's so terrible, right? I still believe in clean, right? That's playing politics, guys. People are like, he's lying. Well, no, he's playing politics because he wants to compete again. If he pulls the other and says it's all dirty, everyone does it, do you understand they're going to ban him for life? And if they don't ban him for life and they do let him compete again, you've got the subjective judging in the IPF. There's politics. Red light. Oh, that squat wasn't deep enough. No, red light. No lift. No lift. Right? Oh, no, I'm not calling press on your bench press so the bar stops moving. In fact, I know someone that happened to. Who was in the IPF, competed IPF. Guy is one hell of a lifter. Hell of a lifter. And then he went over and competes WPC now, but that happened to him at an IPF meet because he always joked about drugs. He just joked about drugs, even though he was actually clean at the time. He's just a genetic freak who trains hard, right? What happened? he jokes on social media about drugs, and then they test him every single meet because he jokes about them, and he always came up clean because he was legitimately clean. And then when he went on gear, his deadlift went up by 100 pounds, and then he started competing untested. He's just a freak. You know what they used to do to him, though, at meets? They did stuff to where he got the bar on his chest because it hadn't stopped moving. They wouldn't call the press command. And people were screaming for him to call the press, and the head judge like, the bar has to stop moving. Okay, now you can press. He made him hold the bar on his chest on the pause for at least 7 or 8 full seconds before he gave the press command because the bar hadn't completely stopped moving. It needed to stabilize still. Okay? Politics, guys. You piss off the officials by telling the truth about it or even joking about drugs. Even if they let you compete, it's going to be, no, that squat wasn't deep enough. No, you're going to have to wait. No, that bench isn't. No, you got to stop the bar moving before I call press. Okay, press. All right, you understand this, guys? No, you didn't lock the deadlift back all the way at the top. No, red light, no lift, my friend. Because maybe you said the wrong shit in a political organization. Welcome to the IPF, guys. And it's not clean. It's not clean. It's no cleaner than any other federation. When it comes down to it, the guys who are competing at the top at the international level, just as many of them use drugs as the untested feds. About the same percentage in my experience, which is about 2/3, right? I say, what? You mean guys at the top don't use drugs? Yeah. I know legitimate people who are lifetime natties who compete untested because they don't believe in drug testing but still choose not to compete and have still gone to Worlds. I do know some. They're there. I have at least one personal friend who never used gear. Still went to Worlds in the WPC clean. Right, it can be done, but only in the lighter weight classes. Right, it can be done in the lighter weight classes. Now when you get heavier, nope. This guy here, squatting over 900 pounds, benching like 580, clean, I don't think so. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.